Most of our songs are very guitar driven, very riff heavy.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna go one time around. Alright? Okay.
My name's Ian. I play lead guitar in StoneLighter. We're at the studio recording our EP. There's a lot to do. You know, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see.
Okay, hey everybody, I am Mariah Shea and I am with StoneLighter. Today I'm really excited to lay vocals down. I have been a recording artist for 15 years, so I'm super in my element being here at the studio, getting ready to be in the vocal booth. So I'm really excited to shine, lay some lyrics down.
Bandy Zan. So I play in StoneLighter, I play bass for them. We're here at Post House Studios recording tracks for our new EP. We've kind of written all the songs already, so we're kind of here with a pretty good idea of what we want them to sound like and the structure. So right now, you know, it's a lot of just finite little touches here as far as, you know, things like reverb or timing or fills, things like that.
It's an eclectic mix of sounds, I would say, just because we all have different music backgrounds. You know, when we come together and formulate this definitely rock and roll vibe, but I feel like we have a little bit of blues, we have a little bit of soul in our stuff, and it's just a good old all-around rock and roll vibe.
My name is Zachary Young. Our band is StoneLighter and I play the drums. Me being fairly new, to me, I feel like it's a nice mixture of like Fleetwood Mac with some heavy Black Sabbath on the end. So very, very straightforward, but also at the same time a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, Zach is our newest member of the band and he is just perfect for us, not just musically, but personally. He's a really good soul, he's a really good dude, so we're really excited to have him in the band, and I'm excited to see where our relationship goes with him. It's gonna be great. We've been able to tease our new songs at our shows the last couple of months, and people have been asking, when are we going to hear the songs? When are they going to be released?
Yeah, so this EP that we're in the studio recording right now, it's going to be a 3-song EP. It's actually a part of a larger project. We're going to have 4 different releases. So we're going to have 3 songs in April, 3 songs in June, 3 songs in August, and then a big album release that is going to be a combination of all 9 of those songs and then 3 additional ones in late October. So last year we had one big release and then we played a bunch of shows. This year we're gonna have incremental things to be releasing and for people to get psyched about, you know, and like keep people's interest, you know, instead of having this one major release and then we go into hiding for like 7 or 8 months.
So I'm Mike with StoneLighter and I play guitar. So far it's going really, really well. We've got drums done, bass done. We're about to do guitars and vocals today. So I'm really, really excited to see what else we can come up with. Yeah, so recording's always a little bit different just because, you know, live you can be a little bit more free with your instrument, you can be a little more eccentric, whereas recording you have to be very precise with everything that you do. So I think sometimes when you go in the studio you can kind of run into, you played something some way live, but then when you go to record it you have to kind of change up how your mannerisms of how you play that particular part. So you have to kind of like have that in your brain how you play it, and then the studio you have to change the way you do things. So I think that's kind of a big, I don't want to say struggle, but just something that you run into when you get into the studio, just playing stuff a little bit differently than you normally would.
Rock and roll is just, it's just an expression, you know, it's, It gives you the pretty open playing field of kind of making it your own. It's a great avenue for saying what you want to say and kind of putting a lot of harder emotions behind the music that you play and the songs that you write.
You know, we draw a lot of influences from the late 60s, early 70s, heavy metal type music. We all grew up on things like Zeppelin and Sabbath, and a lot of our sound really draws from that, with a little bit more of a modern touch, because we all also grew up emo kids, you know, like listening to Taking Back Sunday and things like that. So it's a good mix of both, but it's still, you know, we try to like not forget our roots as much as possible, you know, still bring that groovy sound from the 60s and 70s, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, I really honestly started playing guitar when I was really young, about, I would say 10 years old. I got my first guitar, and ever since then I've been playing guitar, whether it be in bands touring the US or just at home. I've always just had a passion for guitar, and even sometimes when if I kind of step away from it for a little while, it always draws me back in. It's just kind of like almost like a drug to me. Like just playing guitar just has a feeling that I almost can't describe, but it's just a love and passion for it.
Well, actually, I wasn't in rock and roll my entire music career. I've pretty much tried every genre I could think of. I've always listened to rock and roll. I've always loved rock and roll, but I actually never pursued it. And you know, when I teamed up with Ian a couple of years ago, we just kind of developed into this rock habit, and I love it. It's for me, vocally, it's in my wheelhouse, and I just love the passion that you can still get with rock and roll.
Yo, mute everything else that's just it.
Hey, I should talk right here, right?
Like, right, you need to go like coach him up.
I gotta get my Scott staff on.
He's like, you like take the mic or...
Wait, seriously, what lines am I saying?
1 sec, I'll tell you.
He's just gonna say something.
All these feelings, I'm rolling with them.
Feelings, with them, feelings.
With them feelings.
With them.
He's like, huh?
Wait, what? One more time?
Feelings, with them, and then feelings again.
Okay.
Is the end words of all the lines.
Yep.
Are you ready for this one? I'm so excited for this.
I've been waiting for this. People have been waiting for
All these feelings, I'm rolling with them.
I thought that was you! I thought he was singing that high. I was like, holy shit! My mans came in like,
That's fucking funny. And you're trying to make my voice deeper, like it's gonna make a difference.
damn, I thought he came in with that note.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Some
Got him.
Some
We gotta stop. Do I not even do this? Like, am I just... Honestly, it's hard for me to stop.
Yo, take it off my normal voice.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm really proud of this stuff. You know, we've all worked pretty hard, just fine tuning it and playing it and testing it out. You know, different shows now, and every time we do it, it gets better, and I love it even more. So I'm really stoked to hear people's reaction to it.
StoneLighter 2020. Remember the name.
Say you want it, say you need it. Won't you come here to me? Won't you come here to me?
it's EP release day. Let's go check it out.
What's up, Shish?
I'm excited to hear it with you guys.
I was gonna say it feels good to be back together again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Especially on a day like 420,
I know.
fucking EP release.
Yes, our first new music drop of the year, y'all. Of the decade.
That's what you should do the video, just us getting ready to listen to it and then be like,
And the screen turns black and white.
Yeah.
I thought that you had changed for good. So where were you when I needed someone? Where were you? Where were you? Always out on the run. Where were you? I guess I needed to see you this way. So for us it's just too late.
Do y'all like the order? How y'all like the order of it, as they play through the EP? I feel like it's a nice level of different.
Say you want it, say you need it, won't you come here to me? Say you want it, say you need it, won't you come here to me? I'm feeling better now, come here to me. I'm feeling better now, come here to me.
There's video footage of that moment. Like there's literal video footage of that.
That was like over a month ago. Month and a
Dude,
half.
no, I love what Brad did with it. I mean,
Me too.
Like, obviously we each kind of had our own idea of how it was going to sound afterwards, after even the 2 days, even though we were all there throughout it, but, like, shit was bomb.
What's really crazy is to think about the first time that we came up with those individual riffs and how long ago that was.
Yeah. It was last year.
The intro riff to Use Caution was that
Last
night.
summer. Friday the
On a
13th.
full moon, Friday the 13th. Yeah, we were at Catherine's apartment.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fire on the Hilltops, that shit was like...
It was completely different than how it sounded.
So different, but you and I worked on it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was it is exactly how it is now. Yeah.
That was the same thing with Pressure. We were like, hey, we want to do something with octave and fuzz, and we were just like, it was done, wrote itself.
And we forgot about that one. That's what's funny about that song. Well, we were working on so many. When you're working on so many different new riffs, we have 20 new riffs. It's easy to forget what all you've done. And we were skimming through our library one day, and we were like, oh my gosh, we forgot that we even had this song pretty much done too. So it we brought it to life. We didn't know it was even going to be on the first EP. So.
And the funny thing about that song too is when we originally recorded scratch vocals, you were like, oh, I think I'm gonna change a lot of stuff. I don't really like
right,
it. But
yes,
being
yes,
oh,
you're right.
It worked really well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the track in the recording is from the scratch vocals
Yes,
at the beginning.
yes.
You were just kind of trying it out. You're like,
Woo! Yeah, y'all were playing around with the melody of the song on your guitars, and I just kind of had an idea for something, and he kind of put me on the spot. I was like, well, just lay it down. I was like, it was just something I was messing around with. I like to perfect it and then present it to you guys. So this was way more organic, and I just went up there. That's why I say pressure, because the pressure was on. I was nervous. So I was like, woo!
Those little studio recording moments, that's what I love about records, man.
Yeah.
When they leave them on there and it's the right kind of thing that fits in, I love that. Because it puts you there, exactly like you guys said.
Yeah.
We each all remember exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
What was happening,
That's one thing I noticed about those 3 songs is I feel like it shows off our vibe as a band.
Yes.
That it's serious, but we're still we're not taking it too serious. If that makes sense. It has that fun kind of element to it.
Well, especially recording live drums. I mean, shoot, having a live drum track to play around with, definitely made me change how I phrased and timed things. Sometimes, and I'm sure how Brad was thinking of things too. Having even those little fills that were just fucking bomb.
Those fills? Yeah.
Those was, yeah.
What I really want everyone to know about StoneLighter is we're bringing rock and roll back. It's a revival. We're trying to take sounds that were from the 80s, 70s, and we're trying to take sounds that are from recent times, and we're putting them into music, and we're bringing it to you. We're trying to bring that vibe back. We're trying to bring that fun live show back. We're trying to bring the fun vibe of just a family together. And this is totally different than anything I've done in the past, but it's something that's been in my roots since I was a kid. So if you're around, listen to it, spread it to your friends, get it out, come see us live, and just keep rock and roll healthy and let it survive.
So, you know, we've been working hard in the studio. We've been working hard, you know, even with everything going on, and we've been trying to really just keep up with things, and we're really proud of what we've done even before all this craziness started. And so we're just happy that we've been able to put something out in this meantime, and something that we're actually really proud of doing. I can't wait to see what people say about it. You know, it's always weird, like putting something out and feeling a little vulnerable. But you know, I'm just happy to like keep the spirit going and keep bringing good music to the scene. You know, I don't think that there's a lot of bands out there that are doing the kind of music that we are doing today, and I want to just ignite that fire, not only here in Atlanta, but just across the country and the world. Just people keep bringing rock and roll to the people, because it's what we need right now.
I'm very thankful for everybody who has ever seen a video and or seen me play live with any of the bands that I participate with. It's really a pleasure to perform for y'all, and I really appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, and I really hope to see y'all at some of our StoneLighter shows. It means the world, the fact that they trusted me enough to play on these few songs with them, you know, and able to give it my taste.
So this EP means a lot to me for a lot of different reasons, but I was excited for people to start to hear the new songs from StoneLighter, because it's really us finding our sound and getting in that groove of like who we are as individual artists that come together to bring all of our different sounds and backgrounds together to formulate this just, you know, monster sound with attitude. And I think the fact that we've been able to have a couple shows and play these songs in front of people, it built our confidence up going into the studio. So we were able to really just like let loose and do what we do best when we get to the studio. And I really feel like you can hear that in the EP. So to be able to be in the studio with an entire band who they're each their own craft, and to be a part of that, and the vibe was just totally different. It felt definitely more close, family oriented, and it was just cool to feed off everybody's energy and see what everybody brought to the table, and then in turn see how it all sounds once it's put together. So I would choose being in a band over being a solo artist any day.
This EP, and along with it, like the larger album, kind of showcases our journey as like songwriters and as like creators and artists, because the first album was like a bit of a culmination of just like trying to get something out. We just wanted to get something out to the public. This time we've had the opportunity. We've been working on some of these songs for a year, you know, like almost over a year, and it definitely shows, you know, like these songs are such an evolution in our style. We've like found our voice and like what we sound like, you know, like sometimes as an original band you struggle to figure out what that sound is, and what when people say the name of your band, like how, like what they interpret that sound as in their head. And I think we've found it, like with these songs, like they're all cohesive and they all work together, and they all like showcase our individual strengths as songwriters and as musicians and as artists. So